You ever look at your pet and just wonder what's really going on in their head? I mean, a dog's bark or a cat's meow, we kind of get that. But today, we're going to dive into the super quiet, subtle, and honestly fascinating world of how rabbits communicate.
So, let's just get right to the biggest question, right? How does a rabbit say, I love you? Because it's not with a sound you'd recognize. And the answer is way deeper and, frankly, more amazing than you'd probably think.
And that leads us to this really interesting paradox. Rabbits are everywhere. They're the third most popular pet. But for all that popularity, we kind of don't get them. They have these incredibly rich emotional lives, but it's like we're all listening on the wrong radio station. So if we want to understand their language of affection, we have to start somewhere else entirely. We have to understand their world. And a rabbit's world is built on one single core idea: survival. This brings us to a really key concept called the prey mentality. Now, this isn't just about being a little jumpy. Think of it as being on high alert 24/7. For rabbits, safety is everything. It's the filter for every sight, sound, and interaction. And being vulnerable, that's not just scary. It's a life or death risk wired right into their DNA. This completely changes how they see our world. You know, imagine being so aware that the hum from your fridge sounds like a warning. Or looking at your cozy living room and seeing a wide, dangerous open field. Every instinct is screaming, run first, figure it out later. And anything new isn't exciting, it's a potential threat. That's not just a personality quirk, it's their biological reality. So if that's their default setting, how on earth does an animal literally designed for fear ever learn to show love? Well, it happens by building a bridge that connects that deep-seated instinct to a really powerful, hard-won trust. And you can see the difference right here. A predator, like a dog, communicates in a way that's pretty loud and obvious. It can be about dominance, it's direct, but a prey animal, it's the complete opposite. It's all quiet, it's subtle, and the entire language is built on the currency of trust. And this, right here, is the key to the whole thing. For an animal like a rabbit, the biggest, loudest I love you isn't some grand gesture. It's that quiet, internal choice they make to finally feel safe in your presence. It's them deciding to let their guard down. And that choice doesn't just happen. It's a journey. You know, it starts with them just watching you, always vigilant. Then they start assessing, is this giant creature safe? If you pass the test, they have to actively work to overcome millions of years of instinct. And only then, at the very end of that path, do they show trust, which for them is the same thing as affection. Okay, so we get the why now. We understand the foundation. So let's get to the fun part, decoding the how. What are the actual signs you should be looking for? What does this silent language actually look like? All right, first up, a total classic, the nudge. You know what I'm talking about, right? It can feel a little bit bossy, but think about it. An animal that's programmed to flee would never ever willingly walk up to a potential threat and touch it. So that little push is actually a huge sign of comfort. It's them saying, hey, I trust you so much that I'm going to demand some pets right now. Now, this next one, you really have to listen for it. It's called the tooth purr. It's not a loud, painful grinding sound. It's a super soft, gentle chattering of their teeth. So if you're petting your rabbit and you feel this little vibration, that's it. That's their version of a cat's purr. It's a sign that they are completely and totally content. And this is a huge deal in the rabbit world, the grooming lick. See, for rabbits, grooming each other is how they bond. It's how they decide who's in the family. So if your rabbit starts licking you, that's not just a cute little habit. It is a major social announcement that says, you're in, you're one of us now, you're family. This one is just pure joy. You can't misinterpret it. The circle dance. When your rabbit gets super excited and just starts doing these happy little laps around your feet, sometimes throwing in a little midair twist, that's called a binky, that is just pure, unfiltered happiness to see you. It's awesome. But of all the signs we've talked about, this one might just be the most powerful of all. It's called the flop. When a rabbit literally just throws itself onto its side, belly up, all its vulnerable organs exposed, that is the ultimate act of trust. In the wild, that's a death sentence. In your living room, it means, I feel so incredibly safe with you that I can be completely, totally defenseless. Okay, so let's bring all this together. We've got the instincts, we've got the signs. What's the big takeaway here? What does learning this silent language actually get you? Well, it's all about forging a much deeper connection. So what have we learned?
Well, that a rabbit's affection is something that has to be earned through trust. That their quietest little actions are actually their loudest expressions of love. And when you finally understand that, you stop being just an owner and you become a source of safety. You become family.
And this is really the powerful idea to leave with. Every single time your rabbit flops down next to you, or nudges your hand, or gives you a little lick, you're witnessing something incredible. You're watching a tiny animal that's wired for fear make a conscious, brave choice to let trust win out over instinct.
Which kind of leaves us with one last thing to think about, right? If this is the complex, beautiful language that rabbits are speaking all around us, just waiting for us to understand, what other silent languages are we missing out on every single day? Something to think about. Thanks for watching. What surprised you the most in this video? Let us know in the comments. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Bugs to Beasts for more explorations into the animal world.